today is a little bit of a controversial subject according to some people. I think it is not. It's pretty cut and dry. So do you have to pay your deductible? Short answer, so I am going to preface this by saying I am not an insurance expert, but I've done a lot of insurance work in my time working with Douglas Construction. And here are a couple pointers and things you may want to know when it comes to your homeowner's deductible. Number one, why is my deductible so high, or why do I have a better deductible? There's a couple reasons why this may or may not be the case. So usually if you pay a lower premium on your month-to-month, then you're going to have a higher deductible, and you're more or less counting on the fact you're not going to have any kind of natural disaster. And if it is, it's going to be something huge like the house burning down, something catastrophic to where when you need to pay that $5,000 or $10,000, it's entirely worth it because obviously you're recovering the whole cost of a home. On the flip side of that, if you are paying more month to month, and then if a disaster strikes, you don't want to break the bank just because a hailstorm came by, a tornado landed within a few miles of your home and ripped a patch of shingles off, or just didn't cause as much damage to where you're having to rebuild an entire home, right? So with that being said, for those of y'all that don't have a lot of construction experience, the only time I would say you need to file an insurance claim immediately is if a pipe burst and you can't turn off the water in time, you don't know where it's located, so you're seeing massive amounts of damage. Personally, I live in Georgia, so the rate the mold can grow can only take about 2 to 4 days, especially in the summer when it's extremely humid. Those huge events that are really quick can cause a lot of damage. You leave the sink running, you come back over the weekend, you come back from the store, there's just a bunch of damage. That's an event where I wouldn't necessarily wait. I would go ahead and put in a claim. That way you can stop that damage as fast as possible and get it full circle back to normal as fast as possible. However, just because a storm hits your area does not necessarily mean you should file a claim. Even if these insurance companies are doing their due diligence and saying, hey, you were affected by the storm, you may want to reach out to us. Please understand there are very few instances I've ever experienced where unless you file a claim, an insurance company is going to come out and evaluate the property. What does that mean? That means whenever a storm hits your area, you want to hire a professional, have them come out, assess the damage, because a lot of the time, if the damage amount, that means what it's going to cost to repair the damages, does not exceed your deductible, filing a claim is not in your best interest. Because let's say, for an example, you have a $2,000 deductible, right? You have 5 or 6 shingles that are damaged. This contractor is going to charge you $300. This contractor is going to charge you $700. You're still going to fall way below that deductible. If you don't have the damages excess of your deductible, the insurance company doesn't owe you anything because the deductible is your out-of-pocket expense during a homeowner's claim. Now, to take that one step further, let's say you need a roof replacement. Let's say a hailstorm came by, sporadic damage across the whole roof. There's nothing that can be repaired. It has to be replaced. So let's say for easy numbers, you have a $20,000 roof. What the insurance company does now, which hopefully you have an RCV policy, which means replacement cost value. I'm also going to throw something up on the screen as an example, so as I'm talking about it, you can kind of see the numbers. They're going to depreciate it based on the age. While homes are typically assets that appreciate over time, the shingles themselves as a product, if you were to rip the shingles off your house and resell them, they're not going to go for the same value as they were when you originally put them on, right? So let's say it's a 30-year architectural style shingle and it's 15 years old. That means they're going to depreciate about 50%. So the amount they're going to give you to get the work started is only going to be 50% of that original $20,000, probably around $10,000. Let's say you have a $2,000 deductible. They're going to take that $2,000 deductible out of that $10,000 and pay you $8,000. The $2,000 deductible is the homeowner's responsibility to pay to the contractor for the replacement cost value, because if the contractor is building the job for the insurance proceeds, that is included in the replacement cost value of the project. Now, to finish all that, the depreciation is the other side. That's the other $10,000. The insurance company is going to hold on to this amount until the work is completed in full and pictures and evidence is shown along with a letter of completion that all work has been completed as detailed. Contractor to receive this, and then that is what is going to pay the contractor in full once the job is completed. Regardless of how somebody spends it, covering a deductible is an illegal practice that we do not participate in, and I invite homeowners to not do that as well. Now, saying that, in my opinion, all the responsibility does not fall on the homeowner, especially when they have never filed a claim before. As a contractor, it is our duty to educate the homeowner and let them know, especially if we're helping them with the insurance process, this is the correct way to do it. For the most part, that's going to conclude everything I have to talk about deductibles today. I hope this video has been very helpful, giving you all a little bit of insight. I know after these storms, we hear a lot of different things when people are coming to the door telling you what they can do. This has been my experience, and this is the best way I've been able to help homeowners. Thanks for watching.